Hey guys, hope you're well. Max from Tone Shift, thanks for joining me today. Today we're looking at the Helix Stadium. I'm going to show you how to reamp your tracks using the Stadium as your audio interface. Now this feature allows you to make changes to your tone after the fact. It might be the next day when your ears have recovered from that heavy recording session, or maybe it's in a year's time when that amp that you've always wanted suddenly appears in a Line 6 update. It's also a great feature for auditioning presets, and it allows you to make changes whilst you play your guitar your way. Really important. Hopefully you're going to find this useful, and if so, why not like the video? Consider subscribing. It really does help the channel grow. And if you can click the little bell at the same time, you'll be notified as soon as I release a new video. Okay, let's dig in then. First thing we need to do, we need to set up the Stadium for reamping. So plug in all your cables, including the USB-C cable to your PC or your Mac. Now the Stadium doesn't come with a USB cable anymore, so make sure you've got a good quality one ready for this. Line 6. You also need a way to monitor the Stadium's output, so hook up some good quality headphones or some studio monitors directly to the Stadium. It's a really important step to get the best results from your tones. Now what I'm showing you today, this is how I reamp. There are other ways to do this. However, this is my way, so experiment and find out what suits your workflow. So when we record our guitar into a D.A.W, it's always best practice to record a second DI track, which is an unprocessed track. So it costs nothing and it offers you great flexibility later on, and think of it as a buy one get one free. So in your D.A.W, make sure you have the Helix as your audio interface and all your inputs and outputs are visible. So this is going to be different on all D.A.Ws, but there's usually a setting for this somewhere in the audio setup section. Check your manual for your particular D.A.W for that step. What we need to do is make sure that we record the processed outs and the clean unprocessed output from the Helix. The processed output will serve as a good reference track later on. So I'm going to create two tracks. I've got one stereo track, one mono track. The stereo track is set to record from inputs 1 and 2. The mono track records input 7. Now this is the DI track. This is the unprocessed signal from the Helix. On both tracks, record a few riffs. So you should now have two recordings, one processed and one clean DI signal. Now we need to set up the signal for the reamp. On the input block, select USB-C input. I'm using 7 and 8 for this, but you can use any of the available USB inputs. The Helix will now listen to that input and process any signal from it as if it was your guitar. So then back in your D.A.W, mute the processed track, the one that was recording from 1 and 2. We don't want that in the signal path anymore. We're going to set the output of your DI track to USB 7. Now this will send the track back to the Helix for processing. Take a minute, play back your recording, make a few changes on the Helix. That's it folks, you're reamping. Now taking this a little bit further, the next step is to create a new stereo track, set that to input 1 and 2 of the Helix, press record, and now the DI track plays back via the Helix and then prints it to your new track. You can now make as many changes as you like, just re-record the reamp. Quick tip is to use a section of your recorded DI on looped playback while you find your perfect tone. It saves you having to constantly press stop, play, rewind, etc. So now you know how to reamp using the Helix Stadium. You can do this on other modelers. The original Helix does it, the Pod Go does it, the Kemper Player does it. So experiment with what you've got and let me know down in the comments if your interface can do it in your pedals. And it'll certainly help other people if they're buying new kit. So once again, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Take care, folks. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.